Hey, I'm Kenny Weiss.
I'm Bill Davidson.
And we are Black Trans Am.
I got a question that's killing.
We've known each other since 2012.
2012.
Yeah. Bill was a singer-songwriter out in Nashville for a long time, 20 years.
Many moons.
And moved back to Greensboro, where I was in school, and we hooked up and started playing music and writing songs. And
took it from there.
This is goodbye.
you know, when Bill and I got together, we wanted it to be this rock project, and I think that's our big goal is that it is a rock project. But there are a lot of influences that come from Bill, that come from me, that turn it into something that is all its own thing, I think.
Yeah, I think it wants to be very melody driven, very lyrically driven, song driven. So when you package it together, there may be a song in it that may be a completely different sounding song from another song, but I think trying to figure that out is productive. So we just try to write the best thing we can and then put it out there. But it's not a, the closest I can think to saying is that there's probably a little bit of Eagles. There's also a little bit of metal. It's also a little bit of classic rock. And it's probably blues. So you're going to hear, every song has a different thing in it. So I really don't know. I think it's mostly a rock-based project, but it's going to have a lot of different stuff in it. And hopefully get some good stories. Hopefully get some good storytelling.
A lot of it is, melodically based and lyrically based, but I think it's also content based. A lot of the tunes aren't, foo-foo. We had an idea. There's some real content.
We're trying to make. We're probably not making a very popular CD. We're trying to make something that you'll put in your car and listen to while you're driving through Oklahoma.
Tonight, baby.
A lot of times when Bill and I first started writing, he would shoot me a text and say, "Hey, I've got an idea for this," and I would go to work trying to find a progression or a melody or something like that, and then send it to him, and we would go back and forth. Sometimes I have a groove and I'll send it to him, and he'll, find an idea for it, or we'll both find an idea for it. So I guess it's a little of both. We're writing a song now that we didn't really have a groove, we had an idea, and we build the groove around that idea. And I think that probably happens more often than not when we write.
Yeah, once we get settled in on the groove, we will map out the vocal, or we'll map out the vocal hits, and we'll map out we'll just map out the entire song. So if we have a verse chorus, I'll map it out and it's done. And then we'll just start, building a story around that. Then it really comes down just to really what works now. So if we can map it out, then we get the song finished really fast once we map it. And that's part of the process. I didn't really teach it, but I had some old guys teach it to me. And once you map it, you can basically, if we can map out a song, I don't need the guitar anymore. I can just sort of write it because I've got the map in front of me and I know where the hits are, I know where the rhymes are and everything else is. And I can basically think about it and I can see it in my head instead of going, well, damn, where's the rhyme go? All these guys, I've been with 1,000 guys, they can't keep track of what the song looks like. But if you put it down on paper, and the way we do it is once you get that map, I can put the song down and go. We can take off, and my brain still knows what that song's look like. So next time I come back to it, I'm not starting over. I'm just really jumping back in on it. And you finish a song probably 90% faster. what I think we're trying to do is blend our music to where it is hopefully really melodic, really lyrically diverse, and that we hopefully aren't getting caught in a trap of writing something that I don't want to say too commercial, or you got to sell stuff to make a living, but at the same time, if I think we wake up and we go, damn, I love that melody and I love that lyric, then we're going to go cut it. You know, hopefully people will dig it. And if we look at it and go, you have to have your antenna up to know if you wrote a piece of shit too. And write some pieces, not. But I think the deal is we're really trying to write stuff that we're not writing for a market. We're trying to write for the people who have shown us that they are fans of ours and really like our music. So we're really writing for them. We're trying to give them something that's up and it's crunchy and
Something that they can sink their
so
teeth into.
yeah, that's the best way to do it.
It was real when I'm just dreaming. I can feel every way.
Musically with Dreamin', we had been writing tunes that were kind of scratching the surface of country, and we needed something to get away from that. And I think that when we kind of explained to ourselves and our engineer even, you know, we want something that's a little more high gain, a little more in your face. But once we produced it that way, it almost gave us a direction for the rest of the tunes that we write. That's this high energy, you know, distortion, high gain kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we're reinventing the wheel, but we're just trying to tell the song from our point of view. But we both love electric, full band, you know, high energy rock and roll, and that's, I mean, there's nothing wrong with sitting and doing a set in a coffee shop, but we would much rather be in front of a Mesa Boogie or another huge tube band running through a pedal board. Rocking is already began.
Yeah.
I think what started off with a rock riff we had, and then we ran it through the amps, you know, really, really overdriven. And so we liked the melody first. So we dug that, and then we wrote the melody probably in about a minute and a half. That dropped pretty quick. And then lyrically, I think Dreamin' is simply, and there's a million Dreamin' songs, so you know, how do you write another Dreamin' song that doesn't suck? I think you write it by giving it an angle that is just from missing somebody, and you know, you never know what you're going to get when you go to sleep. And that's the most dangerous time for this guy, is when he's sleeping, because he's back with his girl. So, you know, is it safe for him to go to sleep? Probably not. Did we capture the song? I hope so. But it's just a really good rock-driven song, and that's the basis for why we wrote it. There's a million Dreamin' songs out there, and I know there are. I've listened to, I think, 20 right now. But I think that's the gist for what I think we tried to accomplish in that one lyric. Well, there's two funny stories about that song. One is I had sort of started a groove and started a lyric and had no idea where it was going. So I called up Kenny and said, dude, check this out, blah, 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 blah. So we mapped out the melody. And then he was down and we were working on the lyric, and I think we had a verse and a chorus and we were doing the second verse, and at the time, remember, my doctor had misdiagnosed. He had misprescribed me. He had prescribed me, and it's so crazy that, you know, the song's about rehab. Oh, I know people who went to rehab. I've had a lot of friends go to rehab, and some rehabs are vacation. Some rehabs were just to get the process done so they could satisfy maybe a court requirement. Some rehabs are done because, you know, it got paid for. People go to rehab for a million different reasons. And people get out of rehab, and you never know if you're going to be okay, but that's, you know, I've never been to rehab. I can't say that I'm addicted to anything. But I know it's a struggle, I know it's hard, but this song was about the somewhat country club atmosphere that rehab can take. And when he was in town, we were writing the second verse. That my doctor had misprescribed me. Instead of giving me an antibiotic, he gave me another drug, which is an antidepressant that they used to give people in the 50s for like suicidal tendencies and depression. And I don't have any of that. I'm fairly normal, so it whacked me out, and I was really tired, and I couldn't see, I couldn't focus for more than roughly 10 seconds at a time. And we were going through the second verse, and it was like, oh man, it's like, good morning, this is all a meditation pill for me and my hallucinations. And it sold me something in the garden. And then I knew, then I had read about somewhere where they sit by pools at their rehabs. Laid by the pool, saw her there, soaking up the sunset in the air. It's like, oh man, what if they, lots of people have sex in rehab because, you know, there's sex addicts in rehab, so lots of people have sex. I mean, if you're listening, you know this. So then, and all this, and this pill's hitting, and Kenny's going, and he's playing guitar, because I put my guitar down because I couldn't think. I couldn't even play the chords. I was like, man, Kenny, I can't think, right? Yeah. And then it was like, we were sitting there, and then we're going, I'm sitting down there, you're done something. I don't better make this hunger stop, because every addict says there's a hunger for the alcohol, whatever they're doing. I had to make this hunger stop, and I went, meet me late tonight, you know how to knock, and that's it. And I was like, there's the verse. So it was really wacky. So if you ask about how we wrote it, it was just all about the process of me watching friends go through it and knowing people who've gone through rehab, and it was somewhat like the country club.
It's Scars on the Moon is it's interesting. Bill and I have been talking a lot about this. From what we have written it, from when we wrote it to how we're playing it now, it's finally kind of fallen into places that kind of settled. And well, settle's kind of the wrong word, but it's become the song that we weren't expecting. We wrote it with this kind of Eagles feel to it, and though it still has that Eagles feel now, it's still it's kind of mellowed out a little bit, and it's become one of my more favorite tunes on the record, really because of that. But content-wise, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's taking a life of its own, and it takes sometimes gigging with the song out live for months before it really settles into what it's supposed to be. And they should change. They should, morph into something different from what they are on the record if you're really, playing it right and trying to be a musician.
Yeah.
I think. But the lyric is the same. It's the guy is. It's just one of those, reflection songs about losing somebody, and having that haunt you. It's pretty straightforward, the haunting. You can't go back and do it again, but he's mad at himself because it didn't work out. He's mad at himself because it worked out for a little bit and he can't get it back, and he's just sort of, it covers a lot of different bases. I don't want to deal with the nighttime because you're gone, but I'm mad because I let you in so far and I shouldn't have.
I think you think of the bridge in that tune, which is, you knew it was never meant to be, so why'd you wait so long? It's just this, it's kind of the realization of, you were yanking me this whole time,
Yeah, say goodbye or get off the pot.
Yeah. Sunrise is probably as commercial as you're going to get out of us. It's and probably about as country as you'll get out of us, which is nice. But
well, for a change, it's positive. You can't tell it right away, but if you listen to the song, it's positive. It's that song was. It's just about a guy who can't stand to see his woman go ever. So at night she comes home from work and they rock, and in the daytime she's got a roll, and it just breaks his heart to see her leave. So he's like, I don't want to see tomorrow. I don't want to see the morning. I don't want to see the sunrise. I don't want to, because every time I do, it's just another night. You gotta go. And that kills me to see, see her go. So we just basically had the idea, knew that's what we wanted to say, we just went in and crafted it around the idea. And it is country, and and I love the way it was cut. If we might go back in and recut it another day and do something else, but I like the way it feels so far.
Yeah. Feels really good. We wanted this kind of down to earth kind of groove. And I think we achieved that with our verse music anyway, and even our intro music. But kind of the content wise, we had the idea of creating something that was just real, something that it didn't matter what this girl was given whoever, but as long as it was all of substance, it was all real.
Well, you always want to know if the person you're with is interested in you. And you want to know if it's, now or next week or next month, or you just want to have a little validation that whoever you're with is hopefully into you as much as you're into them. And that's really what the song's about. He just wants to know that she's into him. So, he was not pouring all his time, and his son's not going to work out, and he comes back one day and he's like, hey, how do you do this? Really isn't. So big waste of time. But we try to capture that in 3 minutes and 40 seconds. So you got to say a lot with the time.
I remember we were in the studio and Bill had broken his hand playing soccer or something. Remember this?
Mm-hmm.
And he said, I'll need an intro lick. However Bill talks. And he couldn't play it. He could only sing what he was singing. And it took a little while for me to grasp exactly what he was saying. And after him grabbing the guitar, trying to figure out what he was actually trying to convey, it finally came out.
Oh, look like Freddie Mustard had a hand cast on. I was like, oh, my hand was stuck like this because these 2 bones were broken, and they healed up fine. But yeah, I was going. Kenny, it's like.
Yeah.
And he's like going. So that was kind of cool, but he got it, and that was the good thing about it.
Yeah.
Here's the debut of our music video, Real. Hope you guys enjoy it.
I got a question that's killing me, baby. I need an answer straight from your heart. Love was a bad trip. I've had my wings clipped, flying too high. If this isn't your dream, and this is just my dream, this is goodbye. 'Cause this is so wonderful, it's too good to be true. Have you done something to me I cannot undo? One more turn and crash and burn, and I may never heal. I don't have to know it's perfect, I just have to know it's real. Really real. All I'm asking is lay down beside me and let your body melt into my soul. Pull me in, baby, prove I'm not crazy. I gotta believe. Now that you got it, whisper you want it, don't lie to me. 'Cause this is so wonderful, it's too good to be true. Have you done something to me I cannot undo? One more turn and crash and burn, and I may never heal. I don't have to know it's perfect, I just have to know it's real. Tonight, baby, I'll be moving on. Or tonight, baby, tell me that I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Cause this is so wonderful, it's too good to be true. Have you done something to me I cannot undo? One more turn and crash and burn, and I may never heal. I don't have to know it's perfect, I just have to know it's real. Really real. Really real. I got a question that's killing me, baby.
Thanks for watching. For more information, visit blacktransammusic.com.